Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette here again, and I'm here for a reading for the month of July for all different signs individually, and a peek into the next 6-month period. I just wanted to explain how I was going to do that. For the month of July, I think it was in one of my, I think it was the solstice reading, I mentioned Michelangelo. I was talking about the Vera Sibilla, and I said, in front of his statue, he said, "Speak, why don't you speak?" Well, I have the Michelangelo Tarot, and I'm going to use that for the month of July. Lovely deck, just a lovely deck. You'll see that and I'll show you the cards when I read them. And then I'll be using, and of course the Vera Sibilla. What would life be without them? Upside down, of course. Now, I also have this, the way I do a mini tableau, grand tableau, mini grand tableau with using the Lenormand cards. This is the deck that I'm going to be using. It's called the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck, and this was purchased from a colleague of mine at the Secrets of the Universe.shop. And it's a lovely deck. It comes with a beautiful booklet. It's a huge booklet, actually, in a tin, and they're very lovely cards, as you can see, and I'll show you them. How am I going to do that? Well, for those of you who read the Lenormand cards, you know that there's 36 cards, and every position has a number, and every number means something. Every card means something, and when you mix the cards and put them out, it has a specific meaning when it falls on what we call that house. In the mini grand tableau, I cut out a different, I cut out 4 by 4. So I take the inner circle of the grand tableau, where there are houses ranging from the 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 26, 27, 28, 29. This is just for those who read that deck, and just to give you an idea. Now, every house has a meaning. For example, there is a house that speaks of surprises, and then a Norman card will be placed on top, and it will have a meaning. And of course, they're 4 by 4, and every row in every direction has a different meaning for me time-wise. So we'll be talking about obstacles, we'll be talking about decisions to be made, what your public life will be about, your work, your livelihood, endings, beginnings, surprises, and definite endings, communication, home life, nuisances, problems, decisions that must be made. The female influences, male influences, matters of communication, not only communication, and something hidden, more or less. This is what we'll be dealing with. And of course, in the 6 months. Now, before I go any further, let me finish. And just by saying thank you for being here, welcome new subscribers, and thank you to my old subscribers. Let's go into the reading. Hi Aries, here it is. Now let's start. This is the Michelangelo Tarot. They're lovely cards, and wait till you see those. Wait till you see those. Let's see what's in store for Aries for the month of July. What's in store for Aries for the month of July? What's in store for Aries for the month of July? What's in store for Aries for the month of July? Lovely cards there are here. Just as I said, lovely cards. Then a terrible... No, I'm only joking. Okay, well, let's get to the bottom of this. Let me show you the cards first. These wonderful cards. This is the World card. I'll fixate on those because they're beautiful. This is the 4 of Cups, the Sun, the 3 of Cups, the Emperor, right in the middle as a focus card. Strong Aryan energy there. This is the Queen of Swords. The Tower. The Hermit. And the Nine of Wands. Now, there is undoubtedly, as you can see, you know, in July, there's something that starts so lovely, this World card, coming round full circle for you, Aries. There is something that does, and I'm going to have to look at the Vera Sibilla for that to see what it is. But there's a little bit of what we call ennui, a little bit, not boredom per se. The Four of Cups is always misread, in my humble opinion, as boredom in love. But there is ennui. There's something, you're not there with the heart. You're not there with romance because there's something more important. There's something more relevant to you. Let me lower my volume. And the four, every now and then, Aries, my screen will shut off, and I was saying, and the Four of Cups attests to that. I'm going to take some Vera Sibilla over this because we, of course, you know, we have this lovely 3 celebratory card, the 3 and then the 4, and the World card. So there is a roller coaster ride in the month of July. I can really attest to that. And of course there is, I'm saying it, I'm calling it, there is the mystery of this Queen of Swords, which I'm reading as an energy, but it may be a person. So let's take a look at that for you. And you know, your left here, the outgoing card is the Nine of Wands. It is so, it's a turning point. The month of July is a turning point. And I'm seeing it as moving towards changes that have gone from, you know, couldn't get worse than to coming full circle. Okay, there's something that's coming full circle. Let me take the Vera Sibilla on, first of all, this Four of Cups. Okay, the Four of Cups. Here we have Fedeltà, the Fidelity card, Allegria, happiness, and then the Omaggio di Preziosi are gifts. Now, the gifts can also read as obstacles. Now, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it as obstacles to love because our Fidelity card is looking the other way with regards to the happiness. There is probably, you're not seeing your mate, your companion, your significant other. You are not able to see them for some reason. That occurs. And look how interesting this is. The sun, which is right across from that Four of Cups, is almost blinding. Now, you know, can you get too much of a good thing? Is that possible? Well, apparently, there's love. Love comes in many shapes. Love comes in many forms. When we cry out of happiness. We cry out of sadness. But they are emotions. There are overflowing emotions this month of July that have many different colors. And it's going to put your idea of love to a test. How unconditional? You know, how unconditional is love? How unconditional is my love for that person, my love for my family members, my love for my friends? Is it truly unconditional? I'm going to take some more Vera Sibilla here on the Tower, of course, and see what that looks like. Okay, I've got the Tower. Okay, we're at the Tower, and consoling surprise, consolante sorpresa, lettera, and riunione. Now, what does that mean over the Tower situation? Does it mean that a meeting is a great help to you, and that even the communication in this dire moment of need is what saves the day for you? Truly, so if you're in a situation where you fear the worst and the worst is about to come, and I'm talking life changes, serious life death changes, if you're in a situation of severe difficulty, know that around that there will somebody who will come to your aid. A love will be able to help you, or look to love for that help. I'm going down here now to the Hermit card to see what that is all about, Aries. Okay, the nemico, the enemy. Imeneo, the mystery. Yeah, mystery. Well, I'm reading it out as a mystery because, well, let me first say the nuptial dance and the Belvedere, the future, bright future, because it is a mystery in terms of the coming together, you and this significant other, because of events that work against you and against your fate. And that's what conditions the reading with the Hermit, where you are not forced, but you are questioned, you are asked, you are tested to go within and truly answer those questions for yourself. What do I want? Do I have to live with this person? Is it necessary for me to have a partner? Will that person in some way benefit my, will I get benefit from it? Is that important? What about if we don't come together? And what if we do? Oh my God, it could be terrible. There are questions that you'll be asking and answering. I'm going now to the Queen of Swords to see what that's all about. Okay, the Queen of Swords. All right, this is an air energy, the air sign energy. I have here Fortuna, the fortune card, Mercante, the merchant, and Gran Signore, Grandam, or Grandam, the most important person, your very significant other, a protector of sorts. Now, when you have this pair come up like this over the Queen of Swords, it is an extremely fertile energy, intellectually speaking, because here is where you separate the men from the boys. You see, in dire need in that tower situation, who is on my side? Who can support me? And when you have the odds against you, remember the merchant can be something, can be a negative energy. And when you have the odds against you, when things are working against you in some way, your emotions are tried, this is when, again, you get solace from that significant other. I do hope this was of help to you, Aries, for the month of July. I won't be using the runes this time, and I'll go right into the reading the 6-month forecast. Now, let me take these Lenormand cards out, give them a good shuffle, and let's start the reading. All right. What is in store for the second half of the year? The second half from July to December. What is in store for Aries in the second half of the year 2017? Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to show you the cards first, and obviously when there is a house and the card falls in that house, it is very, very significant. So let's take a look at the cards first. The cross. This is the house. This is the book. The tree. The letter, the crossroads, the moon, the mountain, the garden, the child, the coffin, the snake, the mice. Sound, let me get rid of the sound. Next to the mice is the dog. The lilies. And the last card here is the ship. So, just as I was saying, when a card falls in its house, and you have a card that falls in its house, and it is the garden. It is in the house of the garden. And what is the garden all about? In this spread, it's about public life. It's about the importance for you for the following 6 months in all realms. All right, in all realms. And what does this mean for you? This means that starting very early on, which would be 2, 4, 6, 8, well, right away at the end of July, very early on, you're going to see that you're going to be projected into all areas of public life. Now, this can have a negative side and can have a positive side because, and I'll show you that depending on the cards around it. And indeed, there is a negative and a positive side. There's something to do with, let's say, what is hidden, all right? There is something hidden that you don't know that will be a shock to you, that will be occurring to you, that will be a shock in the very initial part of this 6-month period. And it is something to do with the family members. I see it as someone very close to you, someone that you have bonded with. There's something that, that has come to an end, but that will also be the beginning of a serious obstacle for you. Why? Because there's a sort of a loss here that you're going to have to contend with. But it's a loss that is going to be public. Everybody, you're not the only person who has this loss. There's something else to be said about this garden here. There's going to be I'm still seeing in the very early period on July, August, communication in terms, and July, August, September, October, you're going to be receiving important communication, again, of a public nature. You put in for a job, you put in for an institutional job, you know, a directorship at a university, or a ministry or department job where you're going to have a specific position that mirrors your experience, and you've put in for that. You're going to get important communication back pertaining to that job. And this will also have a sense of security. Now, the sense of security that will be communicated to you, initially there is a communication. You did well, you're going to get the job. Then you feel that you are, even if you have that sense of security, you feel that there is security there, you feel compelled to make a decision. Is this what I truly want? Because the life-changing events that occur early on in the month of July have propelled you into a different reality. And so let's say that that public side to you is going to put you in the public in the negative and a positive sense. You're going to have to take decisions on your 2 feet, you know, in a heartbeat. Now, let me start by saying beginnings and endings, okay? We have beginnings and endings, and there is definitely an ending and a beginning for you because of an occurrence that takes place that's very close to you. And the surprise the element of surprise has to do with someone in your home. Again, I'm getting the mirrored here, mirroring the dog down here, and it has to do with someone very close to you. The element of ending does, however, hide something for you that will enlighten your soul and bring you so much love, something you never thought could come your way from something negative happen. You are blessed with inestimable love at that time. So see, there's this positive, negative, but what comes to you is so great that you barely believe it. Now, let me start off by saying as well that your health is going to be the watchword. You're going to start really seriously putting yourself back into shape, and that is going to almost happen on its own. You don't have to even worry about that. You say, okay, I would like to get in shape to be able to, pump so many pounds or something. And in a very short time, you'll be able to do that. I want to lose 10 pounds. You don't even have to go on a diet. You just have to do it, and it comes and it happens. That type of thing. I'm seeing very, very positive energy around the health. Now, there is also... my screen keeps shutting off. I was saying there's also a challenge here. There's a challenge represented by the home and by a new arrival. Either there is an addition to the family, there could be a birth, it could be different families coming together for this wonderful event. But there's a challenge there, interpersonal challenge with other members of the family, or things that just superimpose themselves, one thing over another that happen one after another. But the challenge there is to interact with family members in light of the occurrences. So that will arise there. I'm also getting change, quite important change, insidious change as well, with relation to the nuisances, problem areas, areas. What does that mean? It means that all the difficulties, because it's the house of the mice, the problems, the nuisances, and I have the snake. And the snake and the mice together really equal each other out, and they tell you that your problems you're going to feel the second half of the year, that they will slowly be behind you. You've had it tough so far. There's this event that becomes public that changes your life and makes you take serious decisions. I'm seeing the decision making again. It's double. It's repeated again. That the decisions come after this event. Now, the anima animus, the male-female energies. I see that your male, or a person you're involved with, is, if you are a woman, a person you are involved with has reached a certain amount of maturity. And you can bank on their support, okay? If you are a woman, wait, let me get that straight. If you are a woman and are involved with a man, or like gender, if you're involved with a man, they are going to come to maturity and you can count on their support. If you are the man who is involved with a woman, even if in like gender relationships, there are this adaptable, the male turns into the female. There's this switching pattern in relationships very, very often. But when you're a male dealing with a female, I see that you're going to have the feeling that she's coming home. She's returning. She's traveling to you. Or she's away, but she will be coming back. And when she comes back, that's when the two energies will feel they are mature enough to then make serious decisions and take it to the next level. Now, I'm going to see the two diagonal developments here, and I'm reminded that there is a serious transformational energies that are going to bring you to take serious choices, make serious choices with wide-ranging results, but that generally you're going to have the feeling of coming back home. You're coming back home. You're going to feel finally that all of this had to happen because you then can come back home. And this is, by the year's end, you're going to feel that there are a lot of loose ends that have been tied, Aries, and things come really full circle. By December, you're going to be able to look back, not only at the year, not only at this 6-month period, but you're going to be able to say, now I understand why that happened. Now I understand why this happened. But it's going to take all that time. Also, the other diagonal tells us that the communication that you entertain with love and with a significant other is the novelty here. It will be a new type of communication with that person. Alas, behold, lo and behold, finally, there is a new type of communication with this person, and it removes the obstacles that initially are created by an event, a serious game changer, a life-changing event, now has a different outlook. And what we find that towards the end of the year, we find that all of those things, those mysteries concerning a loved one, concerning a person, a significant other, now are starting to find responses. Now you start to understand why things have happened. So they're generally saying the same thing. It's quite revealing, these 6 months, and I love to do these types of readings because it gives you a wider view and makes you understand a little better when things do happen. And sometimes when we hear the reading, we think, well, what is she on about? What is she talking? But then when you're in the situation, you think, I understand now. Now I understand what she meant, you know. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Aries friends. I do thank you for supporting me, and new subscribers, welcome. Until we read together again, bye-bye.